Somebody called the chemical police. I came across a really good post on Instagram about toxicity, chemicals in our foods, and I want to just break it down. I want to dive into it because it's a good one. So grab your coffee. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. The chemical police are out.
Yeah, there was actually a really good post by BioLane that kind of breaks it down so good. I want to just kind of like talk through some of those things just because I feel like we hear it every single day.
Every day.
You know, so we'll get into that. But first, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode, Candidly with Coffee. If you haven't already followed us on Instagram, candidly_with_coffee on Instagram. Leave us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and follow our Patreon show, which is called Off Topic. We're actually going to be revving that show up a little bit and posting a little more often over there, coming very soon. So it's a really good time to join. But if you join now, you get to binge all the content that's on there. So it's not like it's just from here on out. You get to go back and watch everything. We have a lot of shows on there already.
Yeah. Quite a bit now, huh?
Yeah.
I haven't paid attention. I got to go back and look at it. It's been a while.
We have a lot of shows on there because we do an after show after every podcast. So that's 2. And there were originally supposed to be like 5-minute little after shows, but they're really like 20 minutes.
I know.
They're long. And then we have the weekly off-topic show. So there's quite a bit of content there, probably like maybe like 50, 60 episodes to binge over there. So lots of good stuff. How's it going for you? You just did another show.
Just did another show. Finally getting back in my groove.
For Esco Elite Mindset.
Mike got his groove back, yeah.
How did that go?
Good. It was fun. We, we went way back because Mauricio and I, we have history, you know.
Yeah.
We've known each other for quite some time. Even though our paths are different, we kind of always came together through the nightlife scene.
They're different, but they merge.
Yeah.
And just kind of, they're parallel.
And then they merged again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Life's crazy. The universe is crazy. And here we are. I mean, he's our partner in the studio, and he's my client, and this kind of happened fast within, what, less than a year?
Now it's been almost a year now.
Has it been almost a year now?
Well, it'll be a year since we kind of went forward with everything in November. But it's already August. Can you believe it's August?
No.
It's fucking weird.
Has it been a year since I've been working with him? Or close
Yeah,
to
you
it?
started in August, so it's been just about a year. It was late August.
Wow.
Yeah, so we are in a good rhythm right now of eating at home, I have to say. Aren't you enjoying that? I feel like
I love my food.
I've reinvigorated my love of meal creation.
For me, it's so simple, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing fancy or complex. I go to my go-tos, my burgers, pancakes, my eggs. I love this stuff though.
Yeah.
Sometimes we sidestep, we'll make a pizza or something different. I like that too, you know? And then you and your son got me hooked on them damn Ninja creamy protein ice creams. I'm always making a base. I'm probably gonna have one tonight.
The Ninja Creamies. At least this is a better thing that he got you on than, remember when we all had COVID and he taught you how to do DoorDash? You went rogue. You went rogue on DoorDash.
I went a little crazy, yeah.
That was kind of like...
I think you got a picture of me where I look like a beluga way on the couch. Ugh, I got it in my phone. I look bad. You snapped the picture.
That set you off on a really bad path after COVID. And then COVID plus DoorDash equal like you... That was kind of like when you kind of went off the rails.
Yeah, because you know what's crazy is addicts, we got to be careful because you can open up the door to anything when you're an addict. Food too. And food, man, I get addicted. There's certain things that I have to be careful. Like I got to watch not crushing a bag of Doritos chips in one sitting because I could do that easily. Certain things are just my vices, you know?
Yeah.
But food, it was just too easy. It was too fun, honestly. Like, fuck it, I'm not dieting. I'm just going to order this. Remember? I was going to order that.
Yeah, you were just constantly, and
Stupid.
it's very expensive actually.
Yeah,
but I'm loving the eating at home and like
me too.
Coming up with new stuff.
I love it.
You just posted for our clients in the client group. They were all happy. You shared your protein pancakes.
Yes,
those are good macros.
What do you think? Because I'm learning from you. I learned to stretch them.
And now they're fluffy because I gave you the tip.
Yes,
so they're more volume now.
Yep, exactly.
The xanthan gum So
it creates a lot of
yeah,
volume.
so xanthan gum, you guys, you need a very little bit.
Very little bit.
But you can add that to anything. In fact, we should add it to the Ninja Creamies to bulk it up.
I didn't know why I didn't ask you that. I'm so dumb. I was going to ask you. Should we throw it in the?
Do you know who put me on the xanthan gum game?
Who?
Alyssa.
Of course.
When she was competing,
she knows how to stretch
and
it.
she had to have such a strict calorie deficit. She would make herself a thick protein shake, and she would put it in the full-size blender, a little tiny bit of xanthan gum, and it would fill up the entire blender. So she would wrap herself in blankets because it was so cold to eat an entire blender full of protein.
I never thought about that.
But she said it really stretched.
Wow.
Yeah. So xanthan gum, if you add it to your shakes, you can add it to things to thicken it. And yeah, it'll give it volume. So I'm sure that it'll give it a little goes a long way. But there's your tip of the day.
She's kind of one of the reasons why I got interested in macros. Because I'd be watching what she ate and I'd question her, remember?
Yeah.
I'd be like, how does she eat that and stay so lean? She'd be eating cereal. I'm like, how's she eating that? She's not supposed to eat that. She was breaking the rules. I didn't understand it back then. And now we do it.
Yeah.
We break the rules.
All the time.
Yeah. And when we say we break the rules, meaning we don't eat what you think you're supposed to eat to be healthy and lean. You know what I'm saying?
No, lately I've been calling it, what craving do I have? How do I kill the craving?
Yep.
It's all about killing your craving in a macro-friendly way. Yes. And that's kind of like been my mission.
I like that.
Yeah.
Kill the craving.
Kill the craving. All right. Moving on to hot topics. So this one was interesting. The triathlon at the Olympics had a little snafu. They were postponed because the Seine, I guess it's the river that they have to swim through, tested too much poop in it, basically.
Oh,
too much poop in the Seine. Yep.
Where is this at?
Paris.
Oh, gross. Yeah. So they have to swim in a public river?
Yeah, they have to swim in a public river as part of it. Oh. And they tested it, and there was too much poop in there, basically. And the mayor had already swam in it as like part of the ceremony or something. I don't know.
Tripping.
But I think that they've now gone through with it. I don't know what they did to quickly detoxify the river, but they ended up swimming in it. But they postponed it because it was testing basically too high for poop. Yeah.
Paris is in a bad place right now. It's not in good shape. Like a lot of stuff going down in Paris. Usually
before a country has an Olympic event, they pump a lot of dollars into cleaning it up.
Yes, lots of dollars.
You know, it usually is like the cleanest. Like when it goes to LA, it'll be the cleanest LA has been in decades.
Forever.
They'll clean it up, you know, for everyone to come in. But yeah, so kind of gross, right? Kind of made me think about like swimming in like public bodies of water is kind of gross.
It kind of is an understatement. It is gross. You don't know people have bad habits, man. Bad hygiene.
People are gross.
Think about this. I don't want to scare you or not scare you, but gross you out. Think about how many people who've gone into public swimming pools, probably went number 2 and didn't clean themselves well, but still jumped in that water.
And the poop particles are in there?
You can't see them.
I mean, that's why chlorine's supposed to kill it.
Yeah, but it's still gross.
It's still
gross. Or
even
whatever. They didn't shower the day before or bathe that morning.
Yeah, they're dirty.
People are just grungy.
They're grime.
Even in gyms. Oof.
Listen to this. It's a really sad story. I saw it on TikTok, actually. The mom posted her daughter in the hospital saying she's fighting for her life because she went swimming in a lake with like a tampon in, and the tampon string, you know, it's cotton, it absorbs the water. It absorbed like dirty bacteria from the water. Ooh. And it gave her sepsis. Ooh. It toxified her whole body.
That's
and she's
horrible.
Fighting for her life.
Yeah, sepsis is bad.
Yeah.
You're pretty much damn near done.
Yeah, your body shuts down.
Wow.
But didn't something happen with a family member of yours? She got kind of an infection or something swimming in the Delta? The Dirty D? They call it the Dirty D. Like a UTI or something like that?
Maybe, yeah. I don't remember exactly.
I used to get grossed out just seeing people standing in that water with their alcohol dirty. And they're peeing all day. You know they are. They're just gross.
I'm guilty of it.
Vomiting.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I'm so glad we're away from that.
Ugh. Yeah.
And you got to think about, too, everybody's hanging out right there, the ski beach, as they call it. All those boats are tied together. They're leaking oil, probably little gas, things you don't see. They're not the cleanest.
Yeah.
All the particles off the boat, too.
Like, that's why they call it the dirty D. It's just disgusting.
It is disgusting. That body of water is fucking weird in the Delta.
Yeah.
It's not a lake. It's not a river. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's weird. It's
just
weird.
a weird.
It's a weird slew of water. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm sure it's not very clean.
No, hell no. If they probably took water samples out of it, it'd probably be gross.
Yeah. You know what? Another story I came across, there was a big sting operation in San Diego this weekend while we were there. And it made me think, am I going crazy? Or when we were in San Diego, didn't we see a bunch of vehicles that looked like they were federal agents?
Yes. As soon as we crossed the street, they came behind us.
That's what it was. So those
are feds?
Yes.
I told you that. I said,
the Department of Justice did a sting operation in San Diego at the San Diego Comic-Con convention to seek out potential victims of drug trafficking. And while we were there, there was 10 rescued people who were going to be trafficked, and 25 people were arrested or something like that as part of the operation. One of them was a child, 9 adults, but 10 people were rescued.
Wow! Because we're right by Comic-Con.
That was federal agents was going down on that date on Saturday the 27th.
Yes,
it went. The sting operation was between the 25th and the 27th, and we were literally downtown on the 27th when it concluded. That's what we walked right by it.
I remember they hit the sirens, and I didn't see it, and I look back and go, those are feds. I know automatic. I know what they are.
Yeah, there
black
was like
SUVs, the blue lights, and
isn't that
hit,
ironic?
They do that. They're all going in as a caravan.
Remember, I said, "Oh, it's a funeral," and you're like, "No, those are feds." I was like, "Really?"
Yeah, I was right. Holy shit!
Isn't that crazy? But I want so basically, you know what made me think of?
Was that the Department of Justice? Was it FBI?
DOJ.
DOJ, yeah.
DOJ.
Same thing.
Yeah, and so it was a sting operation, and they against not drug trafficking, sex trafficking.
Holy, at Comic-Con?
At Comic-Con, of all things.
My God, man.
Isn't that crazy? They arrested 14 people and recovered 10 victims.
Damn. That is nuts. We literally were right there. We crossed the street. As soon as we crossed the street, they came down the hill right behind us, and they hit their
yes.
And I saw blue lights flash.
And then we turned around and we saw all the cars go by.
And the reason I knew they're feds because it's all blacked out SUVs, no tinted windows. I thought maybe it was like a politician.
That's what we said. We thought
there's a feds, but there's probably a politician or something. They're doing a caravan because they don't stop.
So that's what that was.
That's crazy, man. I'm tripping.
I know. We walked right into their sting operation.
I mean, we're close by it.
I know. That's crazy. All right, you guys, let's take a break for One Up Nutrition. It is no secret to you guys by now how much I love my One Up Nutrition supplements. They are a part of my daily routine, from the daily cleanse and the Gut Health Plus that help keep my digestion on point, to their protein powders that I incorporate into so many different recipes. The ISO protein is very easy to digest and only 110 calories per scoop. The whey protein is delicious. The flavors are so good and always have little extra crunchy cookie pieces in them that just take the flavor to the next level. Their powders like the Pure Rebuild and the pre-workout are a staple in my daily workout routine. Their flavors are amazing. I'm alcohol-free these days, but I swear when I drink some of these flavors from One Up, I actually feel like I'm having a delicious mocktail. Their products are third-party tested, so you know what you're getting. They're made in the USA. If you use code Janine at checkout for a discount. That's JEANINE. All right, we are back, and we are back with a Hold My Coffee, and I have not had a Hold My Coffee in a minute.
Ooh, Hold My Coffee. I wish I had one.
Hold My Coffee. It actually was a comment on my video, my What I Eat in a Day video on YouTube. They're actually very popular videos. This person, it was kind of like she complimented me on the tail end, but started with kind of an insult that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And she says, I'm starting to click off when too much upper boob is in our faces. I'm not someone who usually comments. I love your content. Thank you.
Upper boob?
It's basically she doesn't like to see the tops of my boobs in my videos. She's starting to need to click away. She wanted to let me know.
Oh, well, guess what? It's part of her body part, sweetheart. So you can click away and go bye-bye.
I was like, did you just body shame me? Like,
What'd you say to her?
I didn't reply, actually. I didn't even know what to reply because she disarmed me a little bit when she said, I love your content. Thank you.
You should have said, are you body shaming me?
I was like, I don't know what to say.
Are you going to say her name?
No, I mean, her comment is up. I did put it up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. In fact, the funny thing is,
she's triggered.
usually when I'm doing those videos, it's truly like what I eat in a day, right? So it's usually I'm dressed in my workout clothes, so a sports bra, my jacket. But actually, in the video she commented on, I have a button-up shirt like over my dress, and I'm like fairly well covered up. It was kind of interesting.
Insecurity warning lights are going off right there.
I don't know what it's like. Why? First of all, the demographic of my YouTube channel, so you guys know, 98% women.
Women.
98%
that was a woman,
women.
Right?
It was a woman.
Okay.
98% women, and it's women like 35 to 60. So it's like we're all mature, older women here.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem? It's a safe zone.
Sounds like she's trying to throw a dig and be nice at the same time. Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
I don't like that shit.
Weird, right?
What video was that on?
My What I Ate in a Day video that I just posted. It was just kind of strange. But, like even my Instagram, like I don't have that kind of Instagram where I have to worry about oglers or I really don't. My Jay's Body Bootcamp account is like 99% women. They're all my demographic. I don't have that kind of social media. So I don't worry about that kind of stuff. I don't even think about being objectified because I don't have that kind of audience.
That's funny.
But it was just interesting. Anyways, I'm glad you liked the content.
Yes. But your comment was silly, girl.
It really was.
You're a silly woman.
All right, moving on to Comment Corner. And this one is Jessie White. She says, I love this podcast. This is very helpful. Thank you, ladies. She was actually commenting recently, but the episode was a little older. It was episode 508, and it was the one I did with Michelle.
Oh.
And I wanted to highlight that comment because I'm going to have an update with Michelle coming up, probably maybe next week or in the next 1 or 2 weeks. She's going to come back on the show. We're going to do a remote because she doesn't live locally, but we're going to talk about her sobriety journey.
Yeah, people need to hear this because they need to know. Well, not that they need to know, they know how hard it is, but they need to know they're not alone in this battle.
Yeah.
It's good to hear other people in the battle. You feel like, damn, we're in this together. That's like our group. I always say, hey, listen, just because we're your coaches doesn't mean we're exempt. We're in this battle with you guys.
Yeah.
These food demons haunt us too, just like they haunt you guys. We're not exempt.
Yeah, all the same things. Self-doubt.
All the same thing. Yes.
Weak moments.
Yep. We're not exempt.
Peer pressure.
I think people think like coaches, you see them online and they look fit and I posted a good picture of us, but don't get it twisted. We get everything you guys experience, so do we. We're not exempt from it.
No.
Life's with us too.
Good days, bad days.
Yes. Some days you question it. Some days things ain't going your way. Some things are like, man, business is it's not going the way I want, but you guys keep on trucking. I feel like eating my emotions away. You get all that, but you got to fight. I was just telling my client Mauricio, the reason you are where you're at now and you didn't crumble when your business went belly up and you went back down to the bottom is you stayed resilient. You have resilience. That's what kept you in the fight.
He was kind of like, all right, okay, how am I going to get through this?
Yes.
That's what you have to do.
How am I going to get through this? Don't quit. How am I going to get through this?
You have to, and it's just, I'm sure, and we'll talk to Michelle, when we get to that. But you have to kind of, you constantly have to course correct the negative thoughts and the desires to go back in the wrong direction, right? Whether it's addiction, food, your job, your goals, whatever it may be, you're always going to be kind of pulled back into giving up, but you have to constantly pull yourself back and course correct. And over time, you'll have to course correct less. You know, I was watching a podcast. It was very interesting. And it was also talking about how you really, really have to work on controlling the negative thoughts because your brain, the output that it gives you is going to be based on the inputs. And if the inputs are always negative, the output's going to be negative. If you're like, oh, I'm such a loser, the brain's going to say, this is why you're such a loser. It's going to show you more ways that are going to reinforce that you're a loser or whatever. I'm weak. I'm so weak. I always give in. Your brain is going to say, yeah, you do give in all the time. It's just going to reinforce it. So you have to tell your brain things, even if you're having those weak moments, has to be in a positive, like, man, this is hard, but I got this. And then so your brain the output will be, yeah, you got this. This is hard, but you got this.
Yeah.
It's weird. Our brains are really like a computer.
Yeah.
But the outputs are based on our inputs and our environment, the things we, surround ourselves with, the content we consume.
That I was going to say, be careful what you watch on TV.
Oh, man. It's
Careful
huge.
what you watch on TV.
Yeah.
Watch motivational stuff. If you need some motivating, fire under your ass, go to YouTube and look, type of motivational stuff. You'll probably get Goggins or somebody. Sometimes you need that, like, to lift you up. Whatever it takes, to get out of that funk. Because everybody goes through it, man. Mm-hmm. Everybody goes through it. Again, control the mind or it'll control you.
Yeah, I just was having that conversation.
Be a la David Goggins. He said that in an interview. He's so right. Control the mind, or it'll control you. Don't let it control you, because it'll derail you and send you way off the beaten path.
Yeah, you control it. So then you have to pay attention, though.
Yeah.
What are you telling your mind to do? It's on you, though. What are you constantly telling your mind to do? Do you look in the mirror and say, "I'm such a loser"?
Yeah.
I'm so this, that, and the other, whatever, right?
Or when things ain't going your way, what are you going to do? Well, what I do is like, you know what, man? Might be mentally struggling, but guess what? Fuck that. I'm in charge. Get back on it. Let's go. Let's remind yourself who you are. Mm-hmm. You got to dig deep. Remind yourself of the adversity you face and the resilience you have. So you got to keep fighting. We're all fighters. Every one of us internally are fighters. We landed in this life because we were fighters from the beginning when our little tadpoles were fighting to get here. So we're fighters by nature. We all have it in us.
No, true. Yeah. I think it's easy to get kind of derailed, but you have to. You have to.
Quick.
I liked we actually talked about this with our clients on the last coach call, but I used to be really bad at when something went wrong. I would just be like, damn, this is just a bad day. I just can't wait till tomorrow so I can reset. And I wasted a lot of days like that. You waste a lot of time thinking that way. Instead, tell yourself, oh, this is just a bad hour. This is just a bad moment, so that you can course correct within the day and you don't waste the rest of the day and chalk it up as a bad day and make a bad day even worse. Because a lot of times when you say, it's just a bad day, you'll just go down and make it a worse day.
True.
Start making bad choices, skip your workout, go to bed with snacks, whatever. Don't miss your deadlines, save all your work that you were supposed to do for the next day. I mean, I've done all those things, guilty of all those things. And I had to stop doing that. Like, no. This is just a bad moment, a bad thought, a bad minute, a bad hour, but it's not a bad day. I'm going to make it a good day.
Make it a good day. So true. Fix it. Correct it. Course correct. Like you say, you got course correct. You got to check yourself.
Yeah.
Got to take it on the chin and keep moving.
Yeah, you got to do the guarantees, right? So the guarantees are like, for me, the guarantees are good music, a workout, getting ready for the day, putting some makeup on, getting dressed, not being like schlepping around with a dirty shirt on.
Schlepping around. Yeah, no. Don't stand. For those of you that work at home and have a career at home, don't be in your fucking pajamas all day long. No. That's a shitty feeling. Get your ass up. Either you go work out real quick, clean yourself up, go hit your gym, or clean yourself up, get dressed, and then go hit the gym. Whatever it takes, but don't be fucking schlepping around like she said, because then you're gonna feel like that all day long, like yucky, lazy. Once in a blue moon, that's okay.
Yeah.
But even then, I still feel like a lazy ass. I feel like I got to get up and do something, move.
I can't do it a second day in a row, because then that's a problem.
Bad.
Then there's
not
something
to
worry
mentals.
about.
No, the body needs to move. We're designed to move. We're designed to lift, move, do something. We're not designed to sit around and fucking moping our feelings. Because then you get worse and worse and worse. I'm guilty of it. I've been there, done that.
Deeper and deeper.
Yes.
It's harder to come out of it.
Yes. And then next thing you know, you're in the pantry and eating stuff you shouldn't. And then you're like on me on DoorDash. What am I going to eat today? I want to eat my feelings because I'm sad. No, that doesn't work. It takes you in the worst place.
Terrible.
I know this is a guarantee. I know when I'm not in the mood, and I force myself to go to the gym, like, fuck, get your ass up over there. And then I start working out. Then I get like, this beast comes out of me. And I'm like, yeah, we're supposed to be here. And you feel way better. It flips your mood like that. I keep saying, I know it sounds repetitive, but the gym is the true medicine. It does a lot. It's not just for aesthetics. That's just the hard work that you're putting in and the macros you're tracking and you're watching. But it's really for this. This is what I'm training every day.
Today I was kind of stressed on the way to the gym. But I had a great workout. I felt so much better after. And then I went and got my nails done.
See?
Then I really felt better. So I'm like,
See?
okay, I feel better.
Little by little.
See, it's not a bad day. It was just a bad hour.
That's it. Happens. And you turned it around.
Yeah, you
don't have to succumb to it.
Nah, you don't. And I used to. I used to just wait for one thing to go wrong and then chalk it up as a bad day.
It's kind of like what we always say to your ladies, to your clients, like, all right, so you fucked up. You had one bad meal. You went over. Okay, no worry. Dust yourself off.
Yeah.
And okay, you didn't hit. You weren't on point yesterday. No worries. Dust yourself off. Mm-hmm. Get back on. Let's keep going. That's it. Don't do nothing drastic. Just keep going. Get back on track. Mm-hmm. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. We're not sprinting somewhere. Just get back on track. That's it.
I think that's our biggest value as a coach, to be honest. Because if you set it the standard with them, listen, it's going to happen. But when it happens, you got to do two things. You got to let me know, and then you got to get back on track. Because those two things, letting me know, will hold yourself accountable to it.
Yep.
And then I'm going to tell you the words you need to hear in order to really make sure you get back on track, and then you'll get back on track. That's me helping you course correct. Because at some point in time, you're going to have to learn how to course correct on your own. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So while you have a coach, utilize that as much as possible. Never hold back. Never not tell your coach or whatever. You always tell them, let them help you get back on track. And then.
Yeah, I think people, because a lot of the coaches aren't internet, you don't see them physically, they don't place that much value in having a coach. They think they could do it alone. I'm like, well, did you learn how to play basketball on your own? Did you play on a team? There was a coach. Did you play baseball? There was a coach. Any kind of sports you did, anything you did in life, there was always a coach. Mm-hmm. You learned how to swim, there was a coach. Somebody taught you. There's always going to be a coach somewhere or a mentor. You can word it however you want. You're going to need somebody to guide you to the right place and to get you off the ground when you fall down, because a lot of people fall down and they stay down there. You gotta pick your ass back up, and that's what we're meant to do, pick your ass back up.
And the accountability, knowing that you have to check in with your coach.
Yep.
Like, shit.
Yep.
Like, I better get this done, this done, this done. Appointments and all of that, they keep you accountable to getting things done so that you can't push it off. Otherwise, you'll push it off.
No, man. Imagine this. Imagine everybody. I'm just going to throw it out there. This is a wild idea. Imagine everybody that works on the workforce, from fast food to retail to whatever, and your boss said, just show up when you feel like it. Just show up when you feel like it. Just put your head out, show up when you feel like it. It'll be a fucking mess. It would be a goddamn mess. It would be all over the place, spazzed out, wouldn't run right to smooth. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why there's a schedule. There's a reason why you got to punch the clock at a certain time. Things have to be structured. Same thing with this. There has to be some structure.
Accountability.
Yes.
Yeah, you need deadlines. You need milestones. You need, even like I was in management. In order to get good productivity out of employees, they have to have little mini goals and milestones and projects and project plans.
Yep.
And then that's going to keep them, on point and keep them productive. If you just kind of like let them do their thing
and never hold them accountable,
nothing gets done.
And then they disappear off into the wind. Then here you are as a manager. What kind of manager are you? You come back a month later like, hey, did you get that done? By the way, sir, Timmy? No, I gave you all this, but guess what? You weren't watching what they were doing. You weren't on top of them.
They have to kind of have it. It's true.
That's why we have to be on top of our clients. We may be annoying to them sometimes, but hey, it's our job. So I tell my clients, like, it's my job to stay on your ass. That's what you're hired.
Drive them crazy.
I'm sure I do.
All right, you guys, let's take a little break for Transcend, and we'll be right back. When's the last time you switched your budget around? If you're spending cash on eating out and buying clothes, but you don't want to spend a bit on your health, what are you even doing? Every day, from the moment you wake up until you go to bed, you have a series of choices that will make or break you. The things you eat, your physical activity or lack thereof, your sleep, it all adds up. Personally, I care about what I put in my body, and I've found that it's hard to put a price on feeling like you're ready to take on the world every day. That's why I leverage the power of hormone optimization and fully customized peptide protocols from Transcend. If you're ready to take your health to the next level, head over to the link transcendcompany.com/ESCOElite and fill out an intake form today. I have something really quick to say about Transcend. I know you guys just heard my little spiel on them. I was wondering about the Tezofensine. I'm like, is it my imagination or is it starting to work even more now that I've been taking it for a few weeks? Like, I think I'm on my third week. So I did some research. I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, yeah. It's got a long half-life. So it becomes more effective over time. So it's got like a 9-day half-life. And so it takes like 8 weeks to fully like get in your system, and it stays in your system for a while.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, I don't want to call it, it's not really like Ozempic, but you know how like when people first start taking Ozempic, they take it and it doesn't do anything, and over time it makes a difference. It's kind of like that. It's not like an acute response. It's not like taking something that immediately.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Because I feel like it's more effective. And the reason I know that is because I'll get through the day and I'll think like, wow, I ate and I enjoyed my food, but I didn't even think about food today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Lucky
So
you.
it's kind of cool. So I researched that. And so if you guys are curious about Tezofensine, it's something that has a long half-life, meaning it stays in your system, but it does accumulate, and it gets more effective over time. And then, it's
How long you been on it?
Then you should kind of titrate down. I think it's been like 3 weeks.
Same thing. I looked up the IGF too. I was just doing some stuff, some reading, like side effects, just making sure like it's safe for me. And it said in there, it said 2 to 4 weeks, and I'm like, oh shit, so it's starting to kick in now.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention. I thought it was instant too, like a dummy.
Yeah, they're not like, those kind of things aren't like instant.
My hunger's starting to settle, but I could start seeing the change in my physique a little bit.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing is the IGF gets you hungry.
Yeah.
No thanks, I cannot handle that.
Yep.
All right, so I came across a post from BioLane. I'm going to pull it up because I want to read it because it was really good.
Mr. BioLane.
So he was talking about how influencers have misused the word toxic, toxin, and chemicals, basically. Like, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this post is on a daily basis, someone will comment to you or me, oh, the chemicals. Oh, isn't there a lot of chemicals in there?
Oh, the chemicals.
But they never actually know what what that actually means.
No, they don't.
Because everything is chemicals. Everything. Like everything has chemicals.
Everything.
So I'll read some of this post and we can kind of talk about it. So vegetables have toxins in them. Meat is loaded with poison. Whey protein contains toxins. Based on how many toxins social media says we are consuming, we all should be dead by now.
Facts.
When influencers label a food as toxic or poisonous, they're making a fundamental error that reveals a lack of basic chemistry knowledge. Just because a food or chemical compound can be poisonous at a certain dose does not mean it is toxic when consumed as part of a whole food. So, like he always says, BioLane, by the way, on Instagram, at BioLane, he always says it's the dose that makes the poison. The dose is what makes the poison. And I think the biggest thing people also get wrong is with most of the things that they say are, oh, that's toxic. It's the dose, right? But it's not cumulative. A lot of those things that are toxic at certain levels, like aspartame or aspartame, however you pronounce it, they say like, oh, it's toxic. Yeah, it's toxic if you drink like a swimming pool's worth of Diet Coke, right?
Yeah.
But not cumulatively. So I would have to drink that all at one time for it to be toxic to me. If I drink over the course of my lifetime a swimming pool worth of aspartame, that's not toxic because our body processes it. Our liver processes it. It's not cumulative. So those types of things that people are so concerned about, they're not cumulative. Our body is processing them. So unless you consume an exorbitant amount in one sitting, it is not toxic. Everything is a chemical. Like even protein is a chemical, macronutrients are chemicals, micronutrients are chemicals. Everything is a chemical compound. Even like we've talked about before, like even water is toxic if you drink it too much at one time.
You drown.
So the dose becomes the poison, right? And it's actually 6 liters of water within 3 hours is toxic to the body.
You can drown with that much water?
Yep.
I didn't know the amount, but I know you can drown.
6 liters in 3 hours. 118 cups of coffee for a toxic dose of caffeine
118.
118 cups.
Okay, I'm safe.
But guess what? This one actually was kind of scary to me because I feel like a lot of teenagers or a lot of people actually do this.
I already know where you're going with this.
13 shots of 80 proof alcohol is toxic, deadly.
Oh,
That's not a lot.
I thought you were going to go into a different direction. I thought you were going to the energy drink space.
13 shots.
No, it's not a lot at all. 13 shots?
13 shots.
Yeesh.
That's not a lot.
No.
That's kind of scary.
It is.
I mean, that's why a lot of people have alcohol poisoning.
Yes.
Yeah. 1,800 cups of rice at one sitting. You know how people always say like, "Oh my God, rice has arsenic."
Yes.
Did you know
I've heard that a
rice is
million
bad
times.
for you? It has
Yes.
arsenic. Yeah. If you eat in one sitting 1,800 cups, meat there's a toxic chemical in red meat. Again, it would be an astronomical amount of meat in one sitting to be toxic. I don't remember the name of it, what it is, but yeah.
How about fish? How much fish? How much tuna you got to eat for it to be toxic?
Heavy metal though.
Yeah.
Heavy metals is the one that it is cumulative. It's a problem.
Oh.
It does build up. There's
Especially for pregnant women.
There's a specific name of the compound that is an issue. Let me see if I can find it.
It's sad because Chilean sea bass was in that list about what's that chemical? I drew a blank right now. That's toxic if you take too much. What's the fish thing that not the metals, but what's the thing in fish that gets you sick? Pregnant
Mercury.
Woman. There you go, mercury.
That is metals.
Chilean
That's
sea bass is under that list. It's
Really?
one of the highest. Not that I eat it very often, but that's my favorite fish.
Yeah, so I guess the popular thing that influencers like to say is when you tell them that, like, oh, it's the dose that makes the poison, they'll say like, yes, but you should be reducing your toxic load by not ingesting all of these chemicals. And that's where he explains that these things don't bioaccumulate. That's what it's called. They don't bioaccumulate unless it's certain like heavy metals.
Listen, Tylenol's very safe. Take 2 for your headache and make your headache go away. Swallow that bottle, and that could be your last headache forever. So, I mean, anything you overdo is just toxic. That's just the way it goes. You cannot overconsume. That's the lesson that I'm getting. You cannot overconsume anything.
Yes, exactly. It's just it's overconsumption. So, and depending on what camp you're in, you'll vilify someone else's camp, right? So you've got the carnivores that vilify the vegan camp, and they talk about all the toxins in vegetables.
Yeah, they go at it.
But they don't apply that same logic to the toxins in meats. Because they say, oh, but you'd have to consume large amounts for it to be a problem and it's not harmful. It's the same for the vegetables. It's the same for beans. Beans have lectin that's harmful if if they're not cooked or whatever. But again, it's the dose that makes the poison, and also like the way it's consumed. If beans are cooked, they're fine. They're safe.
I mean, look, man, we went out to a restaurant. A friend of ours had one too many Brussels sprouts, and it tore his stomach to pieces. I don't know what's in Brussels sprouts, but it tore him up that night afterwards. He was suffering.
Yeah, I mean, well, some people just don't do well with. I think there's some vegetables
that release some things that get you sick that don't want to be eaten. I don't know how true that is. I've read that. I don't know how true that is.
That must be for sure coming from the carnivores.
I don't know. Supposedly.
They said. No, but I mean, certain vegetables cause gassiness, right? Cabbage, broccoli is one. Brussels sprouts, they can tend to cause gassiness. Some people get gassy from certain fruits too. Pineapple kind of gives me gas pains.
Oh.
But everybody's kind of different. That's different than the whole, truly toxic.
Yeah.
And so when you get someone saying like, oh, it has chemicals, it's toxic, that's the response. Just say like, really, what chemical? And is it bioaccumulative? Like throw it back at them. Yeah. Is it something that is, and at what dosage? Can you give me some more information on that? So, because I'm concerned now for my life.
It shuts them up. They have no answer.
Because if the Costco chickens were killing people, everyone would be dead because everyone buys those things by the boatloads.
They would get sued. People would be going to the hospital. People would be getting sick. Because I've heard that from a few times now that I heard they inject chemicals.
Yeah.
A lot of these chickens are being shot up with antibiotics, man, if that's what you're saying. A lot of our meats, a lot of everything.
Now, the thing about the thing about it is, people are they're saying now that it's the chemicals that are causing, higher cancer diagnosis, obviously. Yep. And, I'm sure that there's still research being done on a lot of that stuff. And I don't know. But the cancer, there has been, younger people have been linked to more cancer, like certain cancers, right? So like colon cancer and digestive, rectal, all of that kind of stuff. But they're saying that the leading cause of the reason why the cancer diagnoses are going up in young people, the second leading cause of that cancer is obesity that's leading to that. And it's because of our increase in, like 40% of the American population is considered obese. Something crazy like that.
I think higher than that.
And it's increasing the cancer risk. It's the second leading cause of cancer. Is obesity. I didn't realize that.
I read that in NASM, actually.
Do you know what the first is? The first is tobacco, leading cause of cancer. So if you're obese and you smoke, good luck.
And if you drink, even more good luck.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny, though? Speaking of chemicals, I just want to stay on this. It's almost like the hormone women. My hormones are making me gain weight. People blame the chemicals and the processed foods. No, you're still over consuming. Sorry, you're still over consuming while you're gaining weight. It's not the chemicals that are making gain weight.
Yeah, it still always boils down to, it's not the chemicals in the processed foods. It is the deliciousness of the processed foods. They are engineered to make you want to eat a lot of them.
Yep.
That is why they make them. They make them attractive, the packaging, they make them taste delicious. They're engineered that way. So you overconsume them because they're delicious. Nobody ever said, man, I got up in the middle of the night last night. I was so hungry. I went into the kitchen. I ate an entire bag of spinach. And then I ate an entire, bowl of rice.
Not ever.
Oh, it was so good. No, you go for the delicious things.
Of course, the easy stuff.
So that's what's making people overweight, is because it's delicious and you're over-consuming the delicious things. You're not going to over-consume the things that are not highly palatable. And
you notice, because we go to different grocery stores, and one in particular by our house, I don't want to blast them because you just never know, Anyways, the one by our house, closest to our house, the chip cookie aisle and the soda aisle is always like buy two, get one free type shit. It's always buy. But go to the meat aisle, go to the Fairlife milk aisle or Fire, whatever, all the good stuff. It's never on sale.
No, I know.
It's always the processed food stuff on sale.
Yeah. It's that. That's eye-opening. And the sodas and the easy things. Easy things. Easy to overconsume.
Of course people gravitate to, buy one, get one free. That's catchy, of course. They're still making money on you. Don't get it twisted. They're just, they're just shrinking their margins, but they're selling more volume by doing that. So people just, listen, clean your shit up, basically.
You have to control, you have to control it. But it's not
It's not their fault either, though.
It's still, I think people still think, though, that like the chemicals will literally make them fatter, kind of like the hormones.
Yes, facts, 100%.
Oh, it's all the chemicals.
And they want to blame
the
the chemicals that we're getting cancer at an alarming rate, because I read that. I looked it up, and it's like the 30 to 39 age group is like an alarming rate. Is cancer's increasing in that age group?
Yeah, I was reading some things from the American Cancer Institute. I don't know the exact name, so forgive me about that. But they were saying that it directly correlates with the increase in obesity in the population. So in the 60s and 70s, only 13% of adults were obese. In 1980, 34% were obese. But now it's over 40% of American adults and over 20% of children are obese. And the Centers for Disease Control say that obesity is the second leading cause of cancer. So those numbers kind of correlate, right? The increase in obesity, and that's the leading cause of cancer, and more people are getting cancer at an alarming rate. That they said it's obesity, and they also linked it to an over usage of antibiotics, which I thought was interesting.
Really?
Yeah, because you throw off the gut microbiome. You are not supposed to take antibiotics unless you have a bacterial infection. And
interesting.
I find that doctors do. They always just kind of like, let me put you on antibiotics. Like,
always.
You should verify that I have a bacterial issue before you just throw antibiotics at me.
It's funny, is my brother's always been against antibiotics. He never liked them, never did them. I don't know how he escaped them, but he must be progressive because he told me this years ago, and I never gave much thought. Like, oh, damn, they're that bad. I guess he did his homework. But yeah,
but it is so dangerous. You don't want to take that kind of thing unless you really need it, because you need to be responsive to it if you need it. Like if you get sepsis, and you're whatever, I think it's called sepsis, right? If you get that and you are, and you've taken antibiotics for every little time you got sick, you took antibiotics. Maybe you went to the Mexican pharmacy and you loaded up, and so you always take antibiotics, right? Then when you really need the antibiotics, your body's not going to respond, and then that's when you'll die from something like sepsis.
Being septic, right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Something.
I think that's what it's called.
No, you're right. You become immune to it.
Yeah. So
I've only taken antibiotics a few times in my life. When I had bronchitis, I think I took it when I had walking pneumonia. And I don't remember, not many times in my life, though. I haven't been super sick like that where I needed it. I don't even trust the flu shot, to be honest with you. I'm not saying it don't work, but it's like...
I never have taken it.
I've stopped doing that because you say,
I'm like,
what the hell am I doing it for? See how dumb? I used to think like you have to do it every season. I used to just do it to do it. The fuck am I doing it for?
I hate shots. That's why
I don't. It's just for what? If you're healthy, you're strong, you're in shape. I don't hardly ever get sick anymore. I don't drink anymore. I'm not. I sleep, so I'm in better shape, so I don't get sick that much. It's crazy. Not like from when I was younger, because why? I drank a lot. My sleep was horrible. I partied for days on end, so I get sick.
All right, you guys, let's take a little break for Mega Fit meals, and we'll be right back. Life is busy, and when I get busy and don't have time to meal prep, I reach into my freezer and grab a MegaFit meals. MegaFit meals are a macro-friendly meal prep, no subscription required, real quality ingredients. They switch up the menu. You guys, I love them. They're chicken tenders, the margarita pizza, the chicken quesadillas. I mean, this food sounds indulgent, but guess what? It fits right into your macros. Head over to their website, and don't you forget to use code JEANINE. That's code Janine for a discount. All right. Speaking of sleep, you've been sleeping so good.
Too good. I can't get back up in my original 3:45. I'm more like 4:30, 4:45.
But you're sleeping good. Are you feeling better about it? Like feeling more energy?
Yeah. I mean, other than have to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
No, I mean throughout the day, the next day. Do you feel like you're getting more better. Sleep?
Yeah.
Are you less likely to nap?
It depends. If I start reading and studying, it makes me sleepy. I don't know what it is about studying and reading.
Reading.
It makes
reading
me sleepy.
Is a drug,
it
man.
Does. And I'm not against it. If I need to take a little nap, I'm going to power down and then power back up.
Yeah.
And I can still fall asleep at night.
Yeah, I mean, you've been sleeping good.
Maybe it's the testosterone helping me.
Yeah, it is supposed to help with sleep. It must be, because you've been struggling for a long time, and suddenly it's not an issue.
No, and I can stay asleep.
Yeah. I've been really sleeping good, too. What am I doing different?
Yeah, you have, too.
I have been sleeping like
ever since San Diego.
Yeah. What is it? I'm trying to figure out what is different. Is it the NAD? Because we started the NAD.
Does that help with sleep?
It's the only thing I could think of that's affecting. I need to look into it, because I have been sleeping. Because obviously I was already sleeping good with my progesterone. So I was definitely sleeping better. But I can't explain it. You know the feeling of like when you go camping or something a very intense activity, or like a day of boating or something where you're so tired and you finally take a hot shower at night and you get into bed and you feel heavy and you just feel so good to go to sleep. Like you're happy to go to sleep.
You're tired from being in the sun all day.
That's how I've been feeling. Like I get excited to just crawl into bed and sink into the mattress and go to sleep.
Sleep is so good. So important. It's so good. You know, San Diego, we did both nights. We went into the hot tub. I was so relaxing, so that for sure that had us tired.
That felt good.
But still, I still feel tired, like if I was still doing that right now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I have not really stopped wanting to sleep since then.
But, you know, we're busy. We're using our minds a lot. Talking burns a lot of calories, believe it, you know, or not. Just social media, having to post content.
Didn't they say
reading NASM for me? Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Didn't they say that, like, when you play chess, you burn a lot of calories?
Tons of calories. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Never looked into it? A lot.
No.
The brain power, I guess. It's a thinking woman's game. You know, you're thinking of your next move.
That's crazy. But I guess because I feel tired on days that I really have to use my brain a lot.
Exactly. Talking to your clients, thinking of things to talk about, even on here. Get exhausted. It's weird. Sometimes
You
I'll be
just
exhausted.
yawned right.
I know I did. Got me thinking about the bed already and not even close to bedtime.
No.
I still got to go home and read.
We were talking the other day on a totally, not to get off topic, Mike's favorite thing to say, but we were talking the other day about whether we were Gen X, Gen Z, all those things. We figured out we're Gen X.
Gen X.
We are Gen X.
Good. I like that better.
By the way, so we were born.
Gen X.
So Gen X is 1969 to 1980.
Yeah.
So we're considered the MTV generation and the latchkey kids.
Latchkey kids?
Yeah, you want to know why that is? Because
why?
we were kind of like the first generation where the moms started to go to work.
Interesting.
And so you wore a key around your neck and you went to school and you walked home from school and you went home by yourself. You're a latchkey kid.
I never fucking
Because we
thought
were
about
like the first generation where it was common for both parents to be working outside of the household. That's us.
Yeah,
Gen
because
Xers.
back in the day, it was just the dad and the mom stayed home, raised the kids.
Some
Wow.
trends when I was young, I was thinking of like funky trends that people, I don't know if this is a Bay Area thing. So you guys maybe sound off in the comments if you're not from here. But back in the 90s, here at least, girls had curly hair and they made it really big. They were called hair bears. Is that a
Yes.
Bay Area thing? Or is that, you think that's all over the U.S.? So here
80s, girls had big hair. I don't know if everywhere. San Jose, you guys had hair bearers. The East Bay girls had hair bearers. I don't know. I used to think it was a chola thing because a lot of Latin girls had that.
So you guys,
Spanish
it's
girls.
called hair bear, and girls' hair was like this. Like I'm not kidding you. It
Huge.
was huge and hair-sprayed stiff. Now my parents were strict, so I wasn't an official hair. I was not a hair bear. They didn't allow it.
I didn't like it.
But I did. I used to curl like my bangs, and like we all used Aquanet hairspray.
Probably terrible. Talk about those chemicals. Oh my God. Ooh.
I'm so curious if that's a Bay Area thing or if that was all over. Is that like a Gen X thing? I don't know.
Was it a Cali thing you mean? Because girls in LA wore their hair like that too.
Yeah, if it's a California thing. I don't know, but I was also thinking of some other things. Did you wear overalls with one strap hanging off?
Yes. Stupid. Guess at that. Those are the cool ones. If you had Guess overalls, you were cool.
Yeah,
I
do
did
you
that.
remember you had them with the one
Yes.
strap? Or what about cuffing our pants? We would cuff them, fold them, and then tight cuffs at the bottom. Did you do that?
Tight cuffs.
Because maybe the San Francisco style was a little different.
We put rubber bands at the bottom of our pants.
Yeah.
So it looked like they were like bands down there. Not good for you though, because you get a band.
No.
Or you tie it at the back with a rubber band too. You know. if
Oh,
they're
that's
baggy.
interesting.
And
No, we didn't
too.
do that. We actually
We're
cuffed them.
we're different than you guys. San Francisco and San Jose is way different styles.
And then what about Z Cavaricis?
I didn't wear them, but I had friends that wore them. Those are those are more like the clubby kind of guys, the GQ dudes.
Oh my God, yes. I had the
GQ
Z
dudes.
Cavaricis.
No, that's old school. People don't know about those.
Z Cavaricis. And then we used to go to the mall and there was this place that sold these sweatshirts and everyone wore these Z Cavaricis with their IOU sweatshirts and you could get them 2 for $50.
Damn. Mm-mm.
No. It was just funny, like reminiscing on all these things. So I heard that the way young people can tell if people are old or if they're like Gen Xers or whatever is by certain things like we're not cool because we wear ankle socks. You know that, right? Like if young people look at us, they know we're old.
So we're not cool. We wear ankle socks. No shit.
You know
Just
what?
according to me, my style simple.
I have
to my physique.
always been kind of very late to trends. Like I resist for a long time before, and then I'll give in when it's already going out. That's just my personality.
Interesting.
But another thing that I heard of that's not cool, which kind of devastated me a little bit, but I don't care, is distressed jeans, like jeans with holes. Like my ripped jeans that I wear, not cool.
Really?
Apparently.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I don't wear ripped jeans,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
I don't know. You have some jeans that are a little distressed. They have
Do I?
some distressing.
They might.
Yeah, we're not cool.
Oh,
The socks really got you, though. You're shocked.
I didn't. And I don't care because I'm going to still keep wearing ankle socks.
All right,
I've always
you guys.
liked ankle socks.
We're gonna let you go, and we're gonna stay here with our ankle socks, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
See ya.